What's going on, fight fans? This is Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Rob Jarrell, and we got a little bit of news going on with the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury has dropped the WBA, the WBO, and IBO titles. We know he's been kind of going through it. It's no kind of in it. He's been going through it. He's been popped for cocaine and drug testing and the possible positive tests with the performance enhancement drugs. So, and then him claiming to have mental issues, from bouts of depression, whatever. Most important thing is for him to get healthy, get stable, or as stable as Tyson Fury can get, especially with all the pressure having to defend versus Vladimir Klitschko. So what does that mean? There was the WBO, WBA, and IBO titles. The WBC still currently belongs to Deontay Wilder. And what does this mean for the division? Well, it means that everything is super wide open. And I'm sorry, I meant to say Anthony Joshua also has the IBF title at heavyweight. So that's 3 belts that became vacant. What do we know? Well, this is opening the door up for a lot of matchups. And let's be honest, there are a lot of heavyweights that are starting to make their case. It's actually getting super competitive in the heavyweight division. Now, we know Deontay Wilder is hurt. He has the WBC, and Bermane Stiverne and Alexander Povetkin are going to fight. Just came up on December 17th, and the winner is going to fight Deontay Wilder in 2017. Luis Ortiz, I think he had a piece of the WBA belt. He turned down to fight for a vacant title or interim title or something like that versus Alexander Usmanov, because we know he left Golden Boy and he currently signed the Matchroom, who also promotes Anthony Joshua. Future fight setup? I hope so. What does that mean? Also, he's fighting Malik Scott in Monte Carlo, I want to say in December, and I will take a look at the upcoming schedule because a lot of stuff. But I'm kind of excited for that one. I mean, Malik Scott only has, I want to say, 2 losses on his record. Where is it? But it's a huge British card. And as soon as okay, so it's in Monte Carlo. We have Luis Ortiz versus Malik Scott. We got Jamie McDonald featured on there for his regular WBA title. He's going to be forced to fight someone at after this because the WBA is trying to get rid of all their interim and super WBA belts. Then we have Jason Sosa versus Steven Smith, the youngest Smith brother, and that is an interim fight for Jason Sosa because he has to fight the regular champion. Whew. The WBA has made this very convoluted. And Arthur Abraham and Martin Murray is going to be on that same card. That is a huge British card. So what was I talking about? Jason Sosa. And where is he at? I believe he was at 100 and... Yeah, the WBA, he was supposed to fight Jezreel Corrales, but he's going to fight Steven Smith for the WBA regular title, and then the winner's going to fight Jezreel Corrales out of Panama, if I'm not mistaken, for the to be the overall WBA champion. But let's move back to the heavyweight division. Again, it's super open. You're going to see a lot of names come up. We know about Vladimir Klitschko. They're trying to make that fight with Anthony Joshua. That's going to be huge. This will really show if Anthony Joshua really is the man, or is Vladimir Klitschko still the king of the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua has, I like how they've put him on his path. He's defeated a lot of undefeated prospects, like a Dillian White. My mind has a Charles Martin and the American Olympian. Why can't I even think of his name? Because my memory sucks. It'll come to me later. Anyway, Dominic Brazil. Yeah. Sorry about that. But we also know it's a lot of fighters out there, especially some undefeated ones. We know Joseph Parker is fighting Andy Ruiz coming, I believe, in December. Within the next November, December, and we know that's going to be a big fight because I think the winner wants to get the Anthony Joshua Vladimir Klitschko, and both those guys are undefeated. That is on the top ranked card. Um, then we got guys like Erkan Tepper, who is undefeated. We have the one lost Khabib Pulev, Alexander Ustinov. It's some other Jarrell Miller. He's just a big dude, Jarrell Miller. He has my last name, but that is a Jarrell. He is freaking huge. Then we have the really untested Gerald Washington. He's really tall. He's really big, ex-football player, but he is very. They're bringing him along slowly. Then we have Carlos Takam, and that's really it. Then again, we still have Deontay Wilder, and I'm gonna be honest. Even though I think Joseph Parker and Andy Ruiz, the winner of that fight, is going to be looking at fighting Anthony Joshua, I think they hold off on that match to allow Bermane Stiverne and Alexander Povetkin fight. Then the winner of that fight, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder holds a win over Bermane Stiverne. I do want to see him in there versus Povetkin because I think of all the names that have been coming out over the last few years for Deontay Wilder, he has the best chance of knocking him out. And if Deontay Wilder get past him, then you're looking at a heavyweight pay-per-view extravaganza with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to be honest, that's what I want to see. I wouldn't even be surprised if Deontay Wilder dropped his belt to fight for another belt against Anthony Joshua just to get that big money payday versus Anthony Joshua if he gets past Vladimir Klitschko. It would kind of, in a lot of people's eyes, be a dick move. And would make it look scared, but that is a huge money fight because Anthony Joshua is huge in England, in the UK, and we know the UK fans are some of the best, if not the best in the world. We know Deontay Wilder has been knocking people out. They've been shopping Joshua here, putting him on Showtime, and he's been successful. So two guys, the US versus the UK, that's what I think would be huge. Some people would agree with me, others would not, but it is what it is. So I think it's going to be real competitive. David Hayes in there, but he hasn't really had the best going up against the best fighters. So that kind of remains to be seen who he fights. And then just looking down, we have crap. There's a lot of names on the come up. And I'm looking at my computer because my memory is freaking shot. I'm going to be honest. Give me a second. I know we have Zhang Zhilei out of China. He's been really making a name for himself. He's huge. He's like 7 feet and 300 pounds. But we also know that Tommy Morrison's son, what is his name? I can never remember his name. Tommy Morrison's son, something Morrison. Why am I having such a brain fart today? Tommy Morris's son, whose name escapes me right now, had a very good showing of himself not too long ago. So I'm looking for him to do it. There's a guy, I think he fights out of Great Britain, but he is from Africa somewhere. Izo Iguno. He's pretty low on the... Oh, I'm sorry. I am going to screw this up, so don't hold this against me. Izuagbi Uguno. Izuagbi Uguno. He has been having a lot of knockouts. He is undefeated. He's 16-0, but he's been winning all his fights almost by knockout. He's 16-0 with 13 knockouts, and he's a name to look at. He's ranked pretty low right now. He's in the top 100, but I mean, that's to be expected. So just kind of look out for all of these guys, because I think it's going to be real competitive over the next 2 years with all the undefeated names, and the fact that a lot of those belts, they're going to have a lot of different champions, and they're going to be forced to fight each other. So tell us what you think. What does this mean with these belts being freed up? That's 3 belts. A few are going to be on the line in upcoming fights. If you got any questions, just hit us up, capitalcombat@gmail.com, Capital Combat at Instagram, Capital Combat on Facebook, Google Plus. Press that like button, hit subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, peace.